All right, here's the barn update. We've got corner trim done and all of the fascia boards are up, but they still need to be trimmed. And then the gable, roof gable trim needs to go on after I trim the fascia boards. We put little trim boards on the door today, inside jambs and the outside trim. And all the corner trim is stained. Here's back corners. We had a big gap on the right side of the rear right here. We had to fill in with a bunch of siding that kind of looks funny, but it's on the back corner, so is what it is. We'll come back and caulk that to make sure it doesn't leak. Otherwise, it should look like that. That's the way it should look. That's the way it does look. We've got some post up from last week for the lean-tos, but we haven't done anything else with that because we've been working on stain and corner trim and just work. The rest of the roof is still sitting on the ground next to the solar panels. That's for the lean-tos. It'll go up as soon as possible. The other day, I went out brush cutting on what we call the North Trail. It's our trail on the northern border of the property, the northern property line. But I made a little trail to get to that trail. I think I might walk down there now. We got a new truck that's capable of pulling this big dump trailer. It's got to go in the shop and get checked out first. We got a bunch of stuff to do to that. There's the dog in his cage. Looks like he's got 14 minutes left on his timer. We can reset that if we want to, make it 15 minutes. Here's the walk behind brush cutter for maintaining the trails and creating the trails. Back here, there still is, but there was a deer tree stand right there. Somebody, this land was leased for deer hunting. That's one of the 2 deer stands that we've found so far. Let's get back to my ex here. So this is the trail I kind of cut yesterday, I think. Might have been Friday. Maybe we were out here Friday. Maybe it was last week. I don't know. Memory does not serve. I think I cut this last week. But this is sort of a shortcut to our north trail. Otherwise, you have to go most of the way down the hill to get to the bottom of the north trail. Hopefully I'll stay on the trail here. It's not exactly well marked yet, but it's where the brush cutter would fit through the trees. So I took out a couple of small pine trees and little saplings. And now we're at the north trail. So that way goes back down to the bottom of the hill, and this way goes to the northeast corner of the property. This trail is about 1,000 feet, maybe 1,200 feet long. But it goes way downhill there, up another hill and down another hill. These red dots are the neighbor's property line, so they mark our side of their property lines. You'll see those all the way down every so often. There's another tree right there. Alright, so we got interrupted by an alarm. I guess if an alarm goes off, it turns your video recording off. Anyway, that's their property line. This 20-acre piece is not really marked all the way around, so we don't have a color on this. But our front 6.5 acres on the road frontage is marked with yellow dots. So there's yellow dots between our 20 acres and our 6 acres. And that's we've got corner markers on all 4 corners of the 20 acres. We know where those are. We found them all, but there's not really marking on the property lines. So we'll have a surveyor come do that pretty soon. Because we've got, y'all probably heard the story if you know some of the property history. The neighbor owns, I own a piece of the neighbor's driveway, and we intend to sell that to the neighbor. So it'll have to be surveyed and a proper description written up for that piece before I can sell it to him. So now we're walking back to where the dog is. He's back in the cage. He's got 11 minutes now. I'm gonna reset him again. 15 minutes. All right, Max, see you later. Got you 2 bowls of water there. Sorry, 2 bowls of food. You need a bowl of water. Maybe we're going to do that now. The kids made a seesaw out of the trees that are in the burn pile. Just the phone is facing into the sun, so that's not going to be a great lighting. Why else so giggly? Sure is a big seesaw you got there. Anyway, all this needs to be burned. We'll have a bonfire pretty soon. And all that. Alright, here's where we are.